Three, two, one, jump!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Ma'am Susan Febrianti SPD MPD as a lecturer Business English 2 courses, and hello everyone. How are you? I hope you stay always healthy and good condition. And here we are from group 2 and we will explain about the small talk at the workplace. Do you know guys, the small talk is important to use in the workplace. So, do you want to know why it says important? Let's watch this video until the end and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, before maybe you will have a lot of questions about the material we discussed in this video, namely small talk. Maybe someone asks what is the purpose of the small talk? What is the function of the small talk? What is an example of the small talk? And the biggest question is, what is small talk? Okay, now let's go into the material about the meaning of the small talk. Because how we can learn small talk without first knowing what is small talk is? Okay? Alright. Small talk is informal conversation, covering many topics of conversation before getting into deeper conversation or intense transaction. The phenomenon of small talk was originally studied in 1923 by Bronislaw Malinowski in his essay The Problem of Meaning in Primitive Language, who coined the term empathic communication to describe it. The ability to make a small talk is a social skill. Therefore, small talk is of social communication. If you know that in bahasa, small talk is the same like basa-basi, or you know, obrolan santai like this. Okay, as Indonesia people usually do, then Indonesia can become a very friendly country because very often small talk is done. Or is it an important thing, or even just a small talk, just for formality to seem polite? Like, small talk also has a many purpose and functions that are useful for human social life. And actually, small talk also has a certain unwritten rules in every culture. But in general, small talk goes the same way in every country of origin, paying attention to politeness too. Small talk is basically like a warm-up conversation so that the atmosphere becomes warm and comfortable. And before entering into a more intensive conversation or short conversation. And then this is about what is the purpose of small talk, because how can something have no purpose at all, right? Alright. Okay, the purpose of small talk is to build social relationship and strategy for managing the interpersonal distance. Goals that are very effective in building relationship. Maybe you feel awkward with your friend or your family or with even strangers on the road. Like you don't know what else. Therefore, some of the purpose of small talk are: number one, purpose of small talk is opening a conversation. Everyone know that small talk is for opening a conversation. Is everyone very know? Okay, when the other person does not know each other at all. Like you are sitting in the station and there is someone beside you, and the atmosphere is very awkward because it is very quiet. Okay, so this small talk is useful for opening a conversation. Okay, either by asking questions like where are you going at, or when will your train arrive, or even we can ask other people for a direction. And usually when we like someone, like example, I like some girl on my school or on my friend or something like this, I will definitely do a small talk to get her conversation, her attention. I'm sorry. Like, hey, I like your hair, or where did you study? I doing this for get his attention. Okay, like this. And number 2, purpose of the small talk is to end the conversation. If one day you want to end the conversation, then small talk can be the solution. It's impossible if you talk to people and it's just like that with you walking out of the room, and therefore use a small talk so that your interlocutor is not offended when you end the conversation. Like you can talk that you want to go to toilet, or you can go to the canteen. So actions like this is very reasonable to use as a polite and not offensive conversation ending. Okay, number 3, purpose of the small talk is to fill the void so that the silence does not occur. Because the feeling that arises when there is silence is a very awkward feeling. So small talk is useful to break the silence so that atmosphere becomes warm. Like when you are alone with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, at the same time you meet this best friend, and then the atmosphere will be very awkward if you don't talk with each other like this. If you are in the cafeteria and there are tables left, then the only option is join to someone else's tables. Then open a small text so you don't eat awkward. And finally, we come to a very core discussion, and also the most frequently asked question, namely, what is the function of this small talk? Whether its function is very useful for life or not, like this. And the function of small talk is determine the relationship between colleagues, between superiors or subordinates, senior or junior, employee and clients, and can also create new relationship with the new people. A very simple goal, but in achieving it requires a little mental effort on yourself. Even many people are confused about how to open a talk, how to open the small talk like this, and or even don't believe in themselves, such as what should I ask to him, what should I ask to him, how should I ask to him, and when should I ask. Like this is very important in your mind. Talk like this is often often appear in our minds because we don't want to make other people feel disturbed. If we invite them to talk, therefore self-confidence is very important to do this small talk, and also of course not to forget manners to others. And this is the definition of the small talk, the purpose of the small talk, and also the function of the small talk.
Okay, for the next is what the topics are usually used by the other people in small talk. Before we know the topics are usually used by the other people in small talk, there are three important things that need to be considered in small talk. For the first is because this is small talk, there is no discussion about the controversy or linked to politics, elements of ethnicity, religion, and race. Why? Because this is one of the issues in Indonesia which has become one of the main points of the social conflict, which seems to be very sensitive for the most of the public. Why does this happen? Because Indonesia is a multicultural country, so to prevent the discrimination and the other problems is better the small talk, starting with the light conversation such as discussion about the work, about the entertainment, about the vacation, and the other topics. For the second, it's permissible to praise someone's appearance, but it's strictly forbidden to comment or talk good and bad about someone's body shape. Because the body shape is bullying and it can be affected a psychological person. So if you want to starting with a small talk, you can lead to the topics that are fun and useful. For the third, there is no need to discussion about the personal matters because basically we don't know the person we talk to about the private matters will be able to keep a secret or not. So for the small talk, we can talk about anything else, such as discussion about the work, entertainment, vacation, and the other topics. But for the small talk in the office, we can talk about the new furniture, company events, work assignment, and the other topics. And for the next is where do people make a small talk? The small talk can be done everywhere, such as bus stops, station, office, hospital, and the other public places. Okay, for the next is who makes a small talk? The old people with many different relationships use small talk. And for information, the most common type of people use small talk are those who don't know each other at all. Even though when we were young children, our parents forbid to talking with the strangers because to prevent from the crime. But guys, time goes on and we get older, so small talk is important to build a social relationship. For example, such as employee at office having small talk, it's usually best not because they are close friends, but people who work in the same department.
Hello, I'm Monica Jen. This time I will explain about when do people make small talk. The most common time for small talk to occur is the first time you see or meet someone on a given day. For example, if you see a sales worker in the lounge, you might say hello and discuss the sports or weather. However, the next time you see each other, you might just smile and say nothing. If there is very little noise, that might be an indication that it is the right time to initiate a casual conversation. You should only spark up a conversation after someone smiles and acknowledges you. Do not interrupt two people in order to discuss something unimportant such as a weather. If someone is reading a book or writing a letter at the bus stop, it is not appropriate to initiate a conversation either. Another good time to make small talk is during a break in a meeting or presentation when there is nothing important going on. Finally, it is important to recognize the issue when the other person wants the conversation to stop. And then, why do people make small talk? There are a few different reasons why people use small talk. The first and most obvious is to break an uncomfortable silence. Another reason, however, is simply to fill time. That's why it is so common to make small talk when you are waiting for something. Some people make small talk in order to be polite. You may not feel like chatting with anyone at a party, but it is rude to just sit in a corner by yourself. After someone introduces you to another person, you do not know anything about them. So, in order to show a polite interest in getting to know them better, you have to start with some small talk.
Okay guys, how to make small talk in the workplace includes start small talk until ending small talk. The first step in opening and starting a conversation in the office is to greet a coworker with a friendly and cheerful intonation so that you feel happy to meet him and create an impression of intimacy. Love greet with "Hey Linda," then love like "How are you this morning?" Okay, this second step is to provide feedback on questions about work. For example, if someone asks "How are you doing?" respond with "This morning is pretty good and usual doing quite a lot of work, but I'm happy with it." Usually, some coworkers also ask about information related to the project. When it comes to work, stay positive. That is, do not cause gossip in the company that will create conflict between coworkers. The third step continues the conversation with a neutral topic of discussion. If your position in conversing with a coworker, preferably in the conversation, is talking to you until June. However, during your break, you can ask more in-depth or related question. The fourth step in asking is to ask interesting questions about work during practice, accompanied by more than intonation so that your judges think you are interested in the answer they give. You love asking like, "What worked in keeping you busy today?" This question will allow you to exchange stories and share experience with each other. If someone asks you, then answer with the word, "I'm working on the calculation of gas inflows," and don't forget to mention the progress of the work. If you want to know more about your coworkers' experience, please share your experience working with this client or project. Try asking questions of "Would you like to share your experience working on this project?" or "Would you like to share your experience working with this client?" If your coworkers ask something like this, then all you have to do is say, "I'll sharing," and then give some details. Apart from, you can also ask questions such as, number 1, what worked well with the client? Or number 2, what has worked well in the face of this challenge? You can also ask your coworkers with advice and make sure that your conversation is wide. Here are some good questions in the end of this conversation. Number 1, how did you handle the job? Number 2, what has inspired me recently? Can you tell me? Number 3, what are you currently working on? And number 4, what are you watching on YouTube? The final step is to say thank you to end the work-related conversation. You can say something like, "Thank you so much for sharing such an interesting story. I will try to implement with my clients." By saying that, your coworkers will find the conversation very useful for their listeners and feel appreciated by you. Okay, thank you.
So guys, I have another example for some expression how to make small talk in the workplace. So let's watch this video.
Hey Lawrence, happy Monday!
Happy Monday.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, really good weekend. It was a bit busy, but had a lot of fun. How about you?
Yeah, mine was good. I just had a relaxing one.
Yeah, had a big week.
Yeah, well, first week on the new job, so yeah, I just wanted to chill out with my family at home.
How are you settling in with everything?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a steep learning curve though.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've been here for 4 years and I only recently switched departments.
Oh really? When did that happen?
About 2 months ago. I mean, not much has changed, but there's just new stuff to learn.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So what made you change department?
Well, this new role came up and I was pretty interested in it, and it came with a bit of a pay rise as well, so I thought I'd give it a go.
So you're making heaps more money, that's good.
I wouldn't say heaps more money, but the role does come with more responsibility, so the increase in pay is kind of justified.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, another thing I'm adjusting to is living with my parents again.
So you moved here for the new job and now you're living with your parents?
Yeah, that's right. So I moved out of home when I finished uni, and then I've just moved back in with mum and dad. So I'm still adjusting, but they're over the moon that I'm back.
You're kidding. My parents were so happy the moment I left.
No way.
Okay, maybe more relieved than happy. I like to think anyway.
So how do you keep in touch with them now?
Well, we catch up once a month and we go to get lunch, and as much as I do miss them, I still appreciate having time to myself.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm a bit the same. Well, it's good talking to you, but I better get back to work.
Oh, good. Have a good day.
You too, bye.
Okay, these are some examples of topics that we can use when we want to do a small talk at the office. So, for the next material, we will learn about how to make small talk in English easy, fun, and successful. Why do we need to learn about this material? Because from this material, you can get to know a new coworker and develop better relationship with the people that you see at work regularly.
The final why when it comes to having successful small talk at work is to ask someone for advice and opinions. Giving a personal option can be said to be a form of small talk or maybe not. In starting small talk, it can be in the form of asking someone for advice. For example, asking for advice between buying a house or getting married, or asking for opinions about political candidates. But these suggestions are not appropriate for small talk, but rather lead to private chat. For topics that can be used as appropriate small talk, such as asking questions about your favorite place to buy pizza or coffee, or you can also ask if you recommend Japan as an interesting vacation spot in autumn. When you want to create a successful chat, then you need to apply the method of asking questions, whether in the form of suggestions or opinions, when meeting a new work coworkers. You can say, "Hey Dinda, nice to meet you. A new part-time accountant here. I admit that I was a little nervous on my first day, but I was really excited to get to know everyone. And I want to find out where is the best place to get coffee around here. What's your favorite near the office?" Okay, maybe another example if you are chatting with a coworkers you already know. "Hey Dinda, you know how my husband and I get pizza every day out of boredom with same old place. What do you think of the best pizza in town?" Or it could be by saying, "Hey Dinda, didn't you go to Japan last fall? I am thinking about it for our next vacation. I want to get your thoughts on that." In the example above, there are no questions like where do you like to buy burger or do you recommend Japan for a vacation. The question is because it makes coworkers give short answers. So, to conclude, the best and simple way to ask a question about someone's opinions and to get a more in-depth answer is to start a small talk by asking, "What do you think?" or "What do you think about it?" Okay guys, thank you.
And another strategy you can use for small talk is to get the conversation flowing with engaging questions. It's really hard to have successful conversations. when someone just gives us a one-word answer. A better approach is to use questions that encourage someone to talk and talk. The more someone else talks, the more we learn, and it's easier to find more engaging in-depth questions and find connections. The introduction may start with, "Hey Tirza, nice to meet you. I'm Monica. I'm the new part-time accountant here. How long have you been at the company?" Now, with that first question, it's very possible for Tirza to give a short one-word answer, and she probably will. She might say, "I've been here 7 years," or simply 7 years. After that short question, a better small talk question that encourage conversation might be, "What do you like about working here?" It's really difficult to give a one-word answer to that question. Not only does that question encourage conversation, but you'll also learn something interesting and get more details about Tirza and her experience working at this company. I have another example. On Monday mornings, you could ask your coworker, "How was your weekend?" And the answer is usually, "It was good, it was fine." Or you could start a Monday morning conversation with, "So what kinds of things do you do on the weekends for fun when you're not at work?" Once again, the answer to that are endless, and you will certainly learn something new and interesting about your coworker. When you ask engaging questions, not only will you get longer answer, but the conversation will be more fun, and it will be easier to keep it going with follow-up questions.
And finally, the third way to ask a question small talk successfully wherever you are, especially at work, is to ask someone for advice or ask someone opinion. Now, you may think, I'm really making small talk, isn't giving my opinion more personal. My answer to that is yes or no. If I ask for advice on buying a house or about a woman, or ask for opinion about the family health at home, it's personal thing and not suitable for a small talk. But asking your favorite place to eat, asking about your dream car, or where is the best place for a coffee shop near the office, or asking if you recommend Bogor is a good tourist spot or not. There are a true small talk topic that don't bring up anything at all personal problems, and this is also asking for someone advice or opinion. Everyone loves to give their suggestion, recommendation, and opinions. So this is a very successful way to start a conversation, and it doesn't make it awkward because you are far from the personal problems like this. And I will give you some example. Here's how you enter a question about someone's advice or opinion when you meet a new coworker. Like, Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Oscar, the new part-time secretary here. I admit that I was a little nervous on my first day, but I was really excited to get to know everyone, and I want to find out where is the best place to get the coffee around here. What's your favorite in the office? Like this. And the example includes not the only opening sentence of a small talk, but also end with a question seeking advice or someone's opinion about a good coffee shop near the office. Or here's the another example. Like if you are talking with a coworker you already know all too well. Like, hey, you know how my girlfriend and I got a pizza? I'm bored with some odd place. What do you think of the best pizza in town? Or is this or it's it another example like, hey, didn't you go to Bandung last holiday? I'm thinking about it for my next vacation. I want to ask for your advice on that. Like this. And notice those examples. I'm not asking where you like to travel or if you recommend to visit near campus. Asking those questions can lead to very simple on word as well or even simple yes or not. And instead, I ask for details, suggestions, and opinions by starting with what you think or what you think about it is a very good and simple way to ask question about someone's opinion and to get more in a deep answer.
Coffee, huh?
Yeah.
What's up, Mo? Happy Friday, man.
Yeah, man, one more day.
Hey, Sam, working hard or hardly working?
Just working.
Hey, man. Is that your salad?
Yeah, man, it's my salad.
Yo, man, what's up? How you doing?
Just washing my hands, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I gotta get some germs, man.
Yeah.
Get some germs real good.
Definitely, man, definitely.
Does someone got a case of the Monday blues?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah, you know, me and my wife did. We went paintballing. Man, nice weather we're having, right?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna need a jacket.
Hey, did you see the game last night, man?
Yeah, man,
Man, that ref should get his eyes checked, man. Terrible. All right, man. Well, see you back in time.
Hi friends. Welcome to Learn English with Snappy Amigos.
The topic today is conversation between colleagues at an office.
Hello friend. Good morning.
Hello Raghu, good morning. How are you?
Fine, okay. Has our boss come?
Yes. Yes, he has come earlier today.
Did he ask anything about me? I missed the bus, hence late.
Yes. He asked if you had not come, also asked me to tell you to meet him.
Alright friend, what about Vicente? Her chair is vacant.
She has gone to the accounts section.
What for?
To see whether she is eligible for house loan.
Poor woman, she is suffering a lot.
Boss told me to tell you to meet him. Why are you not going?
I know, but he is busy now.
What is our boss doing now?
He is talking with the manager. They are planning to gifts to the best workers.
Though our boss is strict, he is very kind.
Yes, that is why there is no labor problem in our company.
And that is why the business is flourishing.
Yes, there is no delay on export clearance too.
Don't you know that our boss was also once a worker?
Hence he knows well the anxieties of the workers.
Let God give him long life.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
So far, have you understood from this material about the small talk that we have presented by our group? I hope you can understand and you can use it in your daily life. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.